Okay, this is the little video for Sandra on how to use a serger. This is my serger. It's a brother lock. I got it at Walmart. It was pretty cheap. If you're looking to buy a serger, I honestly don't think that it really matters. There's cheap ones and then there's expensive ones, and the difference between them is not that much unless you have a 5-thread, and the 5-thread ones tend to be like over $1,000. So if you want to buy one, get a cheap one unless you've got a lot of money to spend. So we have 4 things of thread. This one is the one that shows on top, and so if you want to do anything decorative, usually this is the one that you'd change. These two especially, I usually leave the same. I honestly don't think I would change the first two out at all. The last one here, if I'm doing woolly nylon, I'll change both of those, but I'll still leave those two the same. Because if you look at the little picture here, these just are straight down, and this one loops. This is the top looping one, and this is the bottom looping one. So these are the two that you see when you look on the top and then underneath. So what you have up here is the little dials. 4 is, I guess, the number that you usually leave it on, and then if the tension is wrong, then you can adjust them up or down. And to figure out which way you need to adjust it, I have a book that has pictures. And so if you have a serger, I would definitely recommend buying a book. I think mine is just called, General Book on Serging, and I think I got it from like Joann Fabrics. So then you need to know how to thread it. And the threading is probably the hardest part, and the biggest pain in the butt thing that I hate to do. And so mine has a little diagram on the front. So when you're threading it, if you're starting with all 4, first you do the first one, and then you thread that around. And this first one on mine goes through here, underneath there, over this, and then through the first needle. The second one comes down, goes through here, underneath here, it also goes under here and around, and then through the second needle. And then the third one goes through here, underneath here, through there. You pull this little thing out, you stick the thread through there, and up and around, and then you pull that through. And then the fourth one, you bring it up and around, and through this whole thing, and then you pull that through. So then once you have all 4 threads all the way threaded through how they're supposed to be, then you do a test run and see if you actually get a little chain coming out. So you can see my little chain coming out, and I really hate to thread my machine, so I don't think that I'm going to cut it off and rethread it for you, because that's too much work. But so as you can see, if I turn it on, yay, there it goes. Then another thing you might want to know is mine has these dials on the side, and the first dial is for whether your fabric is stretchy, and the stretchier your fabric is, I forget which way is which, but like if I'm doing rounded corners around a soaker or something, then it doesn't wave if I have this one set right. So you might want to experiment with this. If you're getting like waves on the edges of your things, then I'd experiment with this. This thing over here, the R, I believe the R is for a rolled hem. You can if you follow the directions, you can also do a rolled hem with like 2 or 3 threads. And the book that comes with your serger should tell you how to do that. So you thread it the proper way for the 2 or 3 threads, and you have it set to rolled hem, and you can do like a tablecloth or like a veil or something with a rolled hem around the edge, and that's pretty cool. I've done that once. This little thing right here either turns the scissors on or off, and you would I usually have mine set to on because the edge looks nicer. But sometimes if you wouldn't want the edge cut off for some reason, then you'd turn that off. And then other than the R, this one shows you whether it's wide or narrow, and you can adjust that. And also this one, the R, is for rolled hem too, and then you adjust how far apart the stitches are. And that's really about it. It's a pretty fun machine to play with. And here's where you raise and lower the foot, and this one moves the needles, and you probably want to have a little brush to brush out all the little junk that accumulates in there. And so that's really it. Have fun with your serger.